What is up, Lucy fans? Welcome to a brand new Lucifer Season 5 trailer breakdown. Finally, Netflix gave us the first trailer for Lucifer Season 5 Part 1. So you have to bear in mind, this footage is from the first 8 episodes. It might actually not be going all the way up to episode 8. This could be like the first several episodes. But the point is, we have finally got some footage. And this season really looks like a bunch of fun because it looks like we're getting Tom Ellis playing 2 Lucifers. One being Michael and one being Lucifer, of course, himself. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to show the trailer. The only reason you might not see the trailer in this video is just because, you know, there might be a copyright issue because of Netflix. Doesn't usually happen, but if it does happen, go ahead and watch the trailer. I'll leave a link in the description just in case, and then you can watch this breakdown as we've got quite a bit to go over, and I can't wait to get into this. So yeah, let's roll the trailer. So wow, assuming I did show the trailer then, or whether you have seen it and you're just here for the breakdown, what a trailer, guys. I'm so happy we finally got some footage, and this obviously comes after the news we got, and you may or may not know about this as a Lucy fan. You should. If you don't, well, here you go. Great news. Lucifer has been renewed for season 6, so we are still getting a whole other season after all of this, after all of what you've just seen here, when this was meant to be the 5th and final season with that definitive ending. So it's very interesting. Another thing to note, that God wasn't in this trailer, and we know we will be getting God this season. Now this could lead one to believe that God may be in the second batch, so Lucifer season 5 part 2, the last remaining 8 episodes, or they just might not want to give all the big guns away and show God in this first 8 episodes trailer. I'm more inclined to believe that God might be reserved for the back half arc of the season, and this first trailer that we're seeing with all of this footage consists of the Michael plotline, with obviously Lucifer being in hell and Michael, yeah, pretending to be Lucifer, and that seems to be the entirety of this first trailer, with him convincing everybody that he has come back from hell because, yeah, he kind of got a bit bored down there. But obviously we know Lucifer went down there for a reason. We've all been speculating, how the heck is he going to come up from hell when he had to go down there very specifically? Like what you know, if somebody has to sit on the throne, people were thinking, is it going to be Lilith, this, that, and the other? And to be honest, that question is still up in the air because obviously this is Michael posing as Lucifer. So Lucifer is still down there, but obviously towards the end of the trailer, we do see Lucifer fight Michael, so he does come back to stop this imposter from pretending to be him. Now, the very beginning of the trailer picks up at the end of last season. Just a very brief recap there with Lucifer leaving, Chloe's heart breaking, but Lucifer having to leave. We also see him very briefly in hell, and there seems to be something weird going on with his eyes here, with also the narration from Lucifer saying, you know, she'll be fine without me. I think he just knows that Chloe is strong, and this is the way it has to be, unfortunately, like a bittersweet ending to their love story in a way, as they just really did express those feelings for each other at the end of last season. But yeah, I'm very curious as to what's going on with his eyes here. They seem to be going this like dark gray-esque transformation color. Maybe he can see what's going on, like a TV station in a way, on Earth, but from hell. Maybe he can tap in and see how she's doing. That is complete speculation though, so yeah, let me know your ideas down in the comments. Now, as for Chloe, how is she getting on after Lucifer left her, especially with their feelings being very mutual, and knowing exactly who he is, being the devil? She's been getting very deep into work, burying herself with cases. Now, this part in the trailer, you know, montages a bunch of stuff that we're likely going to see from, you know, your typical story episode where she'll be going out on a case, normally with Lucifer, but I think we'll just see her doing it by herself, or potentially with Dan, you know, Detective Douche, or another partner. And Chloe has a new look, which I think is sweet, but I really do prefer the old blondie-esque kind of hair. But hey, let me know what you think, I guess, if we're really gonna break down some hairstyles. But hey, new Chloe, moving forward, kind of. She's also been going out with Maze, which is, you know, that must be very entertaining. And the other thing is, I kind of feel sorry for Ella, because in this scene, they're blatantly talking about how Lucifer, I guess their explanation to her is that he must have just up and left, got another job or something, maybe some kind of family issue. So she's just like fairly angry and thinks that Lucifer should go to hell. Ironically enough, that's exactly where he is. But for Ella, like, I guess she knows that he said goodbye to Chloe and Maze, but not her, and I think that upsets her quite a bit because we all know how Ella really adores Lucifer as well. So F's in the chat for Ella, and as angry as she does seem here, really, she just probably wants to hug him. Now, at this point, this is when the trailer really ramps up. I love how Tom Ellis, or should I say Michael here, because it's not Lucifer, it is whistling the theme tune to obviously the show. So kind of getting a little bit meta there, but I love it, you know. You should recognize that. If you completely missed that... Well then, there you go. Now this whole part of the trailer is really dedicated to trying to sell Michael as Lucifer, but people are kind of picking up on things. So we have Amenadiel saying, but you're really back. I think people were kind of confused because there was very much so a deliberate reason as to why Lucifer had to go back to hell and sit on the throne. That being, of course, the demons would just release rampage and hellfire on all Earth. So I think everyone's like, well, how did that get fixed? And I can't wait to hear whatever are the excuses that Michael uses to tell people as to why things won't, I don't know, end in doomsday with him being back on Earth. For people who are picking up his differences, like Chloe, of course, talking to Linda and how he's acting a little bit different, because it seems that his whole game here is to really, or Michael's whole game here is to really ruin the image that Lucifer has built for himself on the surface, which, you know, must be hilarious to some of his brothers and sisters. We can't forget how Amenadiel couldn't really grasp this at the beginning, and now Michael must just be like, well, this is the perfect opportunity to completely sabotage everything he's kind of built for himself, which, as we know, Lucifer isn't what everybody makes the devil out to be. He actually hates that kind of stereotype that's given to the devil. But I also do love the very clever answer Michael does give in terms of how time moves much slower in hell. So, you know, for a second there, it makes people believe that since Lucifer has been down there for a few thousand years, compared to for them, the time lapse between season 4 and season 5 is what, like a few months or something. So they're probably thinking, oh, if you spend a couple of millennia down there, then I guess you would be a little bit different. But it does seem that the romance is continuing for Chloe. So I think, you know, she's going to be getting along with this, you know, quote unquote new Lucifer. She will be romantic with him, intimate with him, but she'll be like, this isn't the Lucifer I know. And I think this is going to be very infuriating for fans, knowing that another person other than Lucifer is getting, let's just say, down and dirty with Chloe, yet that isn't him at all. And that is actually really kind of heartbreaking in a way, and messed up, really messed up. Lucifer's brother is sleeping with his girlfriend, if you will, and yeah, they have absolutely no idea. But I also do love this version of Lucifer, who is actually Michael. Like, the way Tom Ellis engulfs this new character he's playing is, he is Lucifer, and he acts very well like Lucifer in some of the scenes we see in this trailer, but when he's alone, he's very kind of hunchbacked in a way. His shoulders are uneven. I don't know if you guys spotted that. He's very kind of crooked, and whereas obviously Lucifer himself and Tom Ellis, the posture he gives to Lucifer's character is very, very stand-up, tall, straight. Now, when you look at Michael, I'm probably showing on screen, his shoulders are completely unbalanced, but it's also symbolic in a way, just like the wings, in that Michael's wings are very dark. I wouldn't exactly call them black, but they're a very dark shade of, you know, the angel wings, whereas Lucifer's, as we know, have been white. And also, I love that moment in the trailer where Maze, this must be I'm guessing the first episode, because Maze would have heard of Lucifer's return in the first episode, and, you know, as soon as she would be able to get a hold of him and tackle him to the ground like we see here, well, she would. So I'm assuming this happens in the first episode, and this is where it's quite surprising, because you would have thought it would be a secret kept for multiple episodes. So I'm very intrigued if this is the first episode. Would love your theories as well down in the comments below. But she's so distraught in this moment because she's wanted to obviously confront Lucifer by saying, how could you go down there without me? I'm guessing she can't get down there without his help, and, you know, he didn't even give her a choice to come with him, so she's very upset. But this is when he reveals to her, well, you know, I'm not Lucifer, and Michael has an American accent. So for all of you who wanted Tom Ellis to do an American accent as, you know, Lucifer, I guess, but not Lucifer on the Lucifer show, well, all of you have got it. Yeah, you got your wish. And from then on, in this part of the trailer onwards, it looks like, you know, the exposed Lucifer is, you know, kind of up against a few people. Now, I love the line as well that he says he doesn't want to break Lucifer's life, he wants to take it. He quite literally wants, I mean, just look at that smile he's giving as he's hugging Chloe. But there will be some, such as Amenadiel, who are really trying to, stop Michael. He says he's extremely strong, and we even get that moment in Chloe's precinct where it looks like Amenadiel has frozen time, and Michael and Amenadiel are fighting because, nobody's looking at them as they're fighting, and, as we know, Amenadiel's powers is to freeze time, so I'm guessing that is exactly what is going on in this moment. Now, we do get a very fast montage of clips at the end. We see Michael saving Chloe, I'm guessing. Now, how do I know that's Michael? Well, we know that Lucifer has white wings, so we can only assume that this is Michael. I mean, why wouldn't he save Chloe if he wants to live Lucifer's life? He wants to keep her around, and we know that he's potentially getting up to a lot more than just saving her life with her, as we talked about earlier. So we get some teasers of a musical episode we'll be getting. We know many people will be singing in that, and we can see Maze here doing that, so I can't wait for that. I know so it's not for everyone, and it usually isn't for me, but I'm genuinely looking forward to this because I love the cast. They can all very much so sing, well, at least most of them, I believe, and this should provide for a very, very entertaining episode. Another very, very interesting moment here in all of these fast clips is Amenadiel fighting Maze, and it looks like they're really going at each other, so I wonder what this could be about. I mean, I do have a theory. It sounds very wacky. I have no idea if it's going to be true, but, as I said earlier, if Maze finds out that Lucifer is Michael, and, it looks like from the rest of this trailer, we see that everybody still thinks Lucifer is Lucifer. So it looks like Maze hasn't gone and told Chloe and everyone else. Does this mean that Maze may, kind of ally with Michael and be on board with him pretending to be Lucifer? We can't forget that she's very angry at Lucifer for not taking her home with him. So could this moment be Amenadiel fighting Maze because Maze is defending Lucifer? And then in the very scene after that, we see Chloe running in with, it looks like Tom Ellis on the floor. We don't know if it's Lucifer or Michael. So she could be extremely obviously worried, bursting in the door, seeing a Lucifer on the floor, because we can't really tell if this is Michael or Lucifer. And, this may also tie in to the fight of when Lucifer arrives, and you can tell by the beautiful white wings there. He finally arrives somehow. He obviously maybe caught wind of, the imposter Michael taking his life, literally, and then they fight each other. And if I'm not mistaken, we can see Michael here. As I said about the posture, man, you can really tell how crooked he is, and I think that is very reflective of this man's personality. But back to the point at hand, I believe he's wearing the same get-up as what he was when he was fighting Amenadiel in the precinct when the time was frozen. So it could be that Lucifer in this moment defeats Michael, and that's when Chloe rushes in and finds him on the floor. There's so many theories because obviously this is quite difficult with this season there being two Lucifers. So, the theories could really go either way. Love the comment he makes as well by saying, "How do you like the mess I've made?" So it does look like he's made a little bit of a mess of Lucifer's life whilst Lucifer has been sitting on the throne of hell. And even though in that little after trailer credit bit, whatever you want to call it, Chloe says, I'm going to stay away from anything God related. I don't think that necessarily spells God is in this first part of Lucifer season 5. I think it's just anything divine related she means. But it is hilarious seeing Michael come down pretending to be an angel. Yet again, assuming this is Michael because of the dark feathers. And I'm guessing he does give off some random excuse as to why his feathers are, darkish compared to the white that they know them to be beforehand. So honestly, guys, I think that is the gist of everything in this trailer. So let me know what you think of what we saw in this trailer. Let me know what you thought of my theories as well, and in how Maze, will she kind of align with Michael? Because one of the leading questions coming out of this trailer is, well, if Maze tackles Michael to the floor in that scene, which you would only assume would be in the first episode, because why wouldn't Maze go straight to Lucifer as soon as he appears, which would be in the first episode. It's not like they're going to wait 3 episodes to bring Tom Ellis back into the show as Michael, even if it is Michael. So why wouldn't she tell anyone, like Chloe or Amenadiel or anything? And then we see her fighting Amenadiel, so it all looks a bit fishy to me, but I am very excited, guys. Like if you did enjoy it. Be sure to subscribe with post notifications turned on to make sure you never miss out on a Lucifer video just like this. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you Lucy fans in the next video. Goodbye.